But let's start with the border bill, because this may be the most important issue of this election. It checks too many boxes. Fentanyl, national security. You've got Chinese sneaking up through California, have people we don't even know from how many countries coming in. Yes, 1 million contacts, but those are only the ones that we know about. Ask people on the border, Google for yourself how many people they believe come across, but they just never see them. They can't handle the flow. So just a few hours ago, the Senate blocked the $118 billion bipartisan bill that's on the table. It would help reduce the record high border crossings. That's what the Border Protection, the Border Patrol Union, that's what those people who do the job say. This would help. It would also help change the asylum laws, which needs to happen. However, it does mean that something's getting done on what Donald Trump wants to campaign on not getting done. It also includes billions of dollars in aid for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. Was that a mistake by Democrats? Or is this now going to be a new assessment period for people like you about whom to trust to fix the border? Oklahoma Senator Tom Langford has now become a bad guy in his own party for working with the other side. I'm telling you, this two-party game is poison. He negotiated the deal, but says he was threatened by members of his own party if he tried to fix the problem at the southern border. Listen to his own words.
In fact, I had a popular commentator that told me flat out, if you try to move a bill that solves the border crisis during this presidential year, I will do whatever I can to destroy you.
Langford is no lefty and has never been seen as anything but a dyed-in-the-wool conservative until now. Let's bring in the big man, Bill O'Reilly. What do you make of the politics of this situation?
You know, it's distressing that the elected officials in Capitol Hill won't concentrate on a good immigration bill and are playing politics. But what is underreported is the politics on the other side. And I don't justify bad behavior by pointing to bad behavior. That's fifth grade. So the only reason this bill was put into play by Charles Schumer, the architect and the driver behind it, was to save President Biden. Because 70% of the people, according to polls, know Biden's open border policy is hurting the country. That's the only reason that Schumer put this thing into play in the first place. Yes, it is a valid criticism of Donald Trump to say he doesn't want the bill because that takes away a bit of his campaigning against Biden. Doesn't take away a lot of it because Biden has really fouled up the nation. But I read the bill, Cuomo, and I'm sure you read most of it, or at least had your people present it to you. This is a bad bill. And the reason it's a bad bill is because it doesn't help one single American citizen. There's nothing in that bill that helps anybody. All it does is try to slow down the human crossings, but not to a great extent. So far, the U.S. taxpayer has paid more than $500 billion in 3 years to help the migrants or deal with the migrants, whatever word. $500 billion, okay? And it's still wide open. If this bill were passed, it wouldn't be as wide open. Now, the Republican Party makes a mistake because it should have had its own bill ready to go and say, look, we're voting against this bill, the Langford-Schumer bill, because it's a bad bill. Here's what's better. Well, and here's what you have to start with.
Go ahead.
Wait, one more thing.
Go ahead.
Here's what you have to start with. Any honest bill. A 6-month moratorium on all asylum requests so that the federal, state, and local governments can reorganize. The courts, the asylum courts can reorganize. They can process. They can deal with the New York City hundreds of thousands of migrants.
Right.
Got to stop it dead.
All right. I don't know how.
Build from there.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.